Maybe anybody else, 2 or 3 persons.
Yes, we
Let's
can
just say
hear
hi.
you. Hi.
Okay, fantastic. Let's just say hi. Let's just say hello. It's another exciting 30 minutes. Hi, Toib. If you are speaking, you're muted. Just say hello to the team and to everyone on the call so we can kickstart. We have 29 minutes.
Hi, everyone.
Oh, fantastic.
I've been trying to meet things.
So his voice is very chill. You think, see fresh voice. Anyway, nice to have you on the call. So once again, everyone, welcome to another of our review sessions. Now, this is a continuation of our previous book. For everyone that's just joining us for the very first time, because I see every day new joiners, and I want to say a special shout out and thank you to everyone that is joining and that is sharing the content in any way that they have been. So if you are just joining the session for the first time, this is our second book. We had How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. We reviewed that book for some weeks, and we've completed that. And currently we are in Jeff Keller's Attitude is Everything. That's the second book. So we are in the second session, if I'm not mistaken, yes. So there are 12 sections of that book. We're in the second one, and that's what we are doing today. Last week, we had one of our sessions, and this week we have Toy doing justice to the second one. So I'll not take too much of our time. The title of this session today that we're reviewing, that Toyib is reviewing for us, Toyib Ikwade, is You Are a Human Magnet. It's lesson 2 of the book. Shared it on the group page. So not to waste much of our time, I think I would hand over the mic to Toyib, and then would hear this spectacular review that we're expecting. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining once again. And I want to encourage everyone to also participate as much as possible so that we can have a very, very rich session. Over to you, Toyib. Cheers.
Yes, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Moses. Good evening, Mr. Kazim. I greet the professional colleagues on the call. It's an honor for me being amidst you here this evening and calling me to come and pilot this particular second segment is a privilege for me, I must say, because being amidst the scholars, amidst the erudites like Moses, Kazim, and the likes, yeah, I feel honor. May God continue to honor us all. Okay, and a quick one. The second part we are reviewing today, You Are a Human Magnet. There was a quote at the beginning of that particular section. It said, whether you think you can or you think you can't, you are right. Yes, it was quoted from Henry Ford. This section, I streamlined it to 6 summary, and I picked those streamlined from what the Jeff Keller said, that he picked it from the book of Nightingale, the great success writer. Number one aspect that I want to talk about is the key principle. What is the key principle to everything? Is we become what we think about. We become what we think about every now and then. There is an illustration before I delve more deeper than this, of illustration of Fred. Fred think, oh, can I accumulate $30,000 per year, per annum? He said, yes, I can. Yes, I can't. He tried first and try. When his belief is firm, he did. He think again, wow, if I can achieve $30,000, I can as well achieve another bigger amount like this. Yes, that's according to Jeff Keller in his own illustration that was said from Nightingale. Let me internalize it to our daily life. I have a personal experience with just 2 minutes. There is a colleague of mine at work. He said he had this friend, a professional colleague as well. He told him just beginning of August that, my friend, see, this is our practice, our professional practice. Me, I put my peg, my target every 3 months, at least I must earn nothing less than 50 million naira as a profit as a professional practice, not as if he's earning a stable income like that. He's a freelance like us. So I must earn 50 million naira in 3 months. So that my colleague told him that, wow, he's sure you can really do so. That means that you have some clients, you have some network and the likes. He said, aside from the network he has that is coming stable, that he give himself that particular target that he must earn 50 million naira every three months. By and large, this friend, as at yesterday, he gave this my colleague some work that I was like, wow, this thing this person was saying is right, is right, is right. If he can give you this type of job to execute for him, that means that he can do so. Before, well, don't let me just buttress more on this story in order not to bore us. Another point I want to talk about that we complement the first one is success and failure. Success and failure, it was derived from the first quote that we said, whether you think you can or you can't, you are right. Both of them, the success and failure, they are like brothers and sisters. They are like right hand and left hand. If you decide to use the right hand to do something, you are right. If you decide to also use left hand to do something, you are also right. Everything boils down to your own decision, and everything boils down to your own thinking. There is a quote in this particular segment that was said by Nightingale. He said, our thoughts shape our actions, and that action leads to our outcome. It's not only in monetary items, in their goals. Let's pick a goal, for example. I spoke with one of our junior sister, or let's say area sister, earlier this morning. She said she has a target that from Money Points, distinct marketing department, that she must at least get more than 100 customers in a week and the likes. And according to our own direct manager, he said she can achieve it. But she by herself, she's telling herself that she cannot achieve it. As she was talking to me this morning, I was like, oh, yeah, the one that even need this attitude is everything most. So I throw it over and I give her 1 point. I said, that's your thought, that you're thinking that you can't achieve it. It is the setback you're having. It's the setback you're having in the sense that if you are thinking you can, then you will be open to a lot of opportunities, a lot of ideas that will come to your mind, because the only thing that will be on your head is, how can I do it? Which strategy am I still going to put in place again? Which mode will I employ before I can do it? So that is just it. Immediately I said it, she's open to a lot of ideas. She just threw to me, wow, even if I write to this, even if I write to... She's a student of UI. She's having a project as we are speaking. she's a 400 level student. So the thing just starts coming, flowing to her mind that, wow, yes, I can do it. Let me, if I write to this, I have 5,000, 50 schools around me. I have this, I have that. Wow. So you have these statistics before, and you are saying you can't do it. Once you acclaim that you can do it, then the statistics, the ideas will start flowing in. The third aspect is dominant thoughts. Positive thinking must be consistent. Sorry, positive thinking must be consistent. There shouldn't be a fleeting thoughts in what you are thinking about to achieve. You shouldn't think as you wake up today, or you use 9 seconds thinking positivity that you can achieve it. Use the remaining 16 seconds thinking negativity about it that you can't achieve it. Then you cannot achieve it. That's just it. There should be a dominant thought in your positive thinking. It should not be fleeting, because fleeting thought yield no results. And things think positive attitude, a little positive thinking doesn't produce positive results. A little positive thinking doesn't produce positive results at all. You think 1 second, then you drop it, you bring back your negativity, then you are nowhere to be found with your goal. The fourth one is action and belief. A positive mindset leads to a proactive step towards goals. The case of the sister I speak with this morning, immediately our mindset change. Immediately our mindset change. Yes, then the proactive steps started flowing in, and she's a step closer to her goals. Now, the fifth one is change your thinking. Awareness of self-talk and repetition of positive affirmation are crucial. Yes, awareness of self-talk and repetition of positive affirmation are crucial. Yes, whenever you are thinking, make it a positive one. Affirm it, because when you affirm it is when it is going to be happen. Yes. There's a saying that says, how does this saying goes? Sorry. Maybe when I remember the quotes, I will just drop it. The second to the last one is efforts required. Yes, there is no success that doesn't take time. Efforts required. Yes, it takes time. It takes commitment. It takes persistence. It takes resilience despite challenges. Yes, despite challenges, efforts required. You continue doing it because you have a target to make, you have goals to achieve, you have end means that is driving you. In conclusion, choose thought wisely to achieve desired results. Whatever we think, whatever we shape our mind around, that's what is going to come out as a result for us. Like an illustration that was narrated by Jeff Keller here during his acquisition of real estate. He has been thinking that he cannot achieve it. But the year, I think 1986, that he affirmed it, and this affirmation is very, very strong. He achieved the first target. He gave himself 2 real estate development that he want to achieve for the year, and he achieved the first one before the December. He is still working towards it, thinking about how to make it happen before the year runs out. And by and large, he achieved it at the December 31st. So that says that there's no anything that we cannot achieve if we put our mind to it. Thank you very much for listening to my short write-up. Thank you for having me. Thank you, Mr. Cousin. Thank you, Mr. Moses. I believe in the comment section or addition or subtraction, we can just add more to it. Thank you very much.
Wow. If that's, as in, that's the I don't know how to describe it. That's the most holistic review of this session that I think I've been able to catch. Like, I'm not sure there's any area of um, this part of the book that you didn't cover. Like that was just amazing. Wow. Nice. That was beautiful, actually. Fantastic, fantastic review. Quick one from my end before we get inputs from everyone else. You mentioned that your friend is a US student, so I'm rooting for her. Anywhere she is, greatest UI. So tell her that somebody here is rooting for her. So we're both I'm behind her. Let me just put it like that. So, and I'm sure she'll get through. I mean, yeah, it's just they're naturally gifted. We'll find a way through. Oh, we always do naturally. That's not to say that every other school does not shall, but let me just take my own. But that was a fantastic presentation. That was a fantastic review session. Yeah. So I think I'll just take, I don't know, anybody wants to also, I have my own, I think Toiba has really touched on almost everywhere, but I still have a thing or two to add. But maybe before I go, I don't know if anybody else wants to say a thing or two or add their own feedback, take their own perspective. This particular session, I don't know how to say it, but it's very rich. Like you can take it from multiple perspectives, and it's something that I really enjoy. I think Jeff Keller naturally knows how to position his write-ups like that. Like you can look at it 16, you can read the passage 16 times and have 16 different things that will just hit you. Yeah, and it's all saying the same thing, but in different ways. So I don't know if there are anyone can signify, unmute your mic, raise your hand. Raise your hand, your mic will be unmuted and you go for it. But if not, I'll just say something. Okay, I'll go ahead and maybe later we'll take people. I really want to dwell on the concept of dominant thoughts. I think that was what struck me the most. I read this particular lesson about 3 times, but the concept of dominant thoughts just kept hitting me. It was something that I realized, that is awareness of your dominant thoughts. In truth, before reading this book, I didn't know that at every point in time, you needed to evaluate what percentage of your thinking is positive and negative. This book just brought me to that realization that if you really take note, it means that every week you have to say, because it says that your current circumstance reflects what you've been thinking. So it means that the place that I am currently in now is as a result of what I have been thinking. And that awareness now comes to mind that I need to become aware of how I've been thinking so that I can know how I found myself here. Do you understand? So it's like a light bulb that just hits my head that, oh my God. So I've been in a real estate like this, and my life has been progressing. I've not really been monitoring how positive or negative I've been thinking to land myself where I am. Because whether you like it or not, where you are currently is as a result of what you've been thinking over time. So there's a need to actually review whether I've been negative in my thoughts and that's led me here, I have been positive in my thoughts and that's led me here. That awareness comes with a certain urge to reevaluate. In fact, I had to start telling myself, so this week, out of all the activities that I did, how many did I react positively to? I had to start thinking and saying, okay, I could have said this better to this person. Maybe I could have written this email in a different way. Maybe I could have taken this, my stress, I would have taken it out on so person. It made me realize that I had to be aware of my thinking going forward because it would affect how I eventually react to people. So let me leave it there. But I mean, your dominant thoughts, if you think about it, if in a week you have like, let me give a rough estimate of 60%, 70% dominant positive thought patterns, then I can say that you can increase it a bit and maybe start to identify areas where you can react and think better in certain situations. You can gain more understanding and awareness, and that will help you to guide going forward. Because going forward, you cannot go forward without actually reviewing how you've been here. So I think that review or that awareness is necessary to say, how did I get myself here? And how can I now use this advice to start making way forward for myself. So let me open up. I know Oyewale's hand is up, Oyewale Folashade, so I'll let her go now, and then everyone else can come after. So thank you so much for that fantastic one, Toyi. I really, really appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
Okay. Thank you. The review was the session has been so interesting so far. So what I want to add is that what hit me most was the part where it was written that there will always be obstacles, like there will always be problems at some point, that we should not let anything like affect our attitude. For example, we already have the attitude, we already have the positive attitude. Oh, I want to do this, and you're already going on with it. Then at some point, we will always encounter an obstacle. There will always be something that is kind of limiting us or discouraging us from doing that thing. And then we should just make sure that we plan to like put the problems in mind, that okay, at some point the problem will come, and then we should be ready with our attitude that okay, if a problem comes, my attitude will be positive towards it. Like I will not let it stop me from continuing what I'm doing. And then he also said that where he wrote that listening to cassettes, listening to motivational talks and everything, that is going to like help us. It's going to like push us. I'm talking in my own words. I like know what he wrote exactly, but I'm just saying in my own words, like how I understand it. Like all those things are just like a driving force for us to like actually do what we want to do. Like, so that's just what I want to add.
Oh, thank you so much for that. That was amazing.
Yeah.
I see Chidera's hand up. I'll let her go.
Hello, everyone. Good evening. Thank you for the review, Tohib. Thank you for your inputs, Moses and Folashade. Thank you very much. Just to add to what everybody has said, concerning the listening to motivational cassettes and reading motivational books and stuff like that. I mean, that aside, if you're not really into all of that, you can also, if there's somebody in your life that you can reach out to that you want to emulate, or you can reach out to the person. And for me personally, I'm like that. I have somebody that I like to listen to, and whenever we speak, it's always very enlightening. I feel like I've been cast into another world, basically. So if that helps, if that works for you, I feel like you should hold on to that. If there's somebody in your life that you look up to and you listen to, that would also help to motivate you and help improve your attitude generally. Thank you.
Fantastic. Thank you so much, Chidera. Thank you. Just be
Maybe I
around
should
people
just
that
add-
motivate you.
Thank you so much, Chidera. Thank you so much, Moses. When I saw Chidera reach of 4, I was looking at it. This Chidera must be related to my rich or 4, the rich boy that I know. So, Sister Chidera, we need to talk. We need to really be sure, because we appreciate your comment. And that's part of it, saying that reach out to people who motivate you is very critical, because we should not be fixated about a particular approach to some of these things, right? If you're not an audio person, for someone like me, I don't like putting earpiece in my ear, blocking my ear while I'm working. I just want to listen to the things I just want to observe my society and listen, right? So listening to people is good, and I really appreciate that. I just want to add a few points. Number one point I want to add is for us to understand the concept of nurturing our soul or nurturing our thoughts, right? This is very critical, because some of these things we need to constantly learn them, a lot of us today, we have a pattern of thinking. We know how we think and how we analyze life or things that happen to us. What this book is basically telling us, and Jeff Keller is telling us, is we need to start learning these new ways of doing things. That does not mean that it will happen. It's possible that someone says, these guys are just, it's not realistic. No, it is very, very realistic. It is just a journey that we need to go through. So that's number one, because it was stated that nurture your thought. And that takes me to the aspect of dominance. The more you dominate your thoughts with positive thinking, the more you adapt to situations better, right? So the more you keep doing it, for example, was it not 2 days ago, I was just in a mall, I was just driving out and somebody came, reversed into my car. In fact, my head went off of my neck. I was like, what is this? But immediately I remember that, okay, attitude is, I came down the car, I saw the guy, was an old man. I said, sorry. I thought I was apologetic about it. I didn't say a word. I entered my car. I was super angry. But because I was looking at it, let me be deliberate about not responding negatively. I had to bucket or stomach that anger. So what we are saying here is that it's something that we will continue to learn until it will come pleasurable and it will come easy. The third thing I want to say is thoughts precedes action. Your thinking will guide how you do it. A lot of us are doing a lot of things, or we want to do a lot of things, but we've not taken time out to think about it before we do it. It will stand a test of time only if we take time out to think about it. And lastly is what I call deliberate practice. One of the books I appreciate so much is The Outliers. I hope one day we'll discuss it here too, right? I think Gladwell Malcolm, right? And one of the concepts preached in that book, and I'll continue to emphasize it as we move on, is deliberate practice. To say that there's nothing you're able to achieve without practicing it, right? So you need to continuously make effort. Let me keep doing this. Let me keep, like reading now, right? We have 8 weeks. Sorry, we have 8 pages per week averagely, right? Keep up the habit of reading these 8 pages. You will see that after some time, you're able to read 100 pages within a week. So those are the areas I want to comment, and I want to appreciate everyone, Moses and everyone. So Moses, over to you. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that fantastic summary, Hazim. Anytime you take the mic, you always come to say bless us now with your deep understanding and wisdom. So it's really much appreciated, and to have such perspective available to every one of us on the call, even when our perspectives may be also good as well, but to have that different nature and someone that just comes to sort of have a rather holistic and seemingly wise angle to things also helps us to also align ours to a different way of thinking. So thank you so much. Thanks to everyone for joining. Remember to please engage our content on socials. We are on LinkedIn now. I think we have our LinkedIn page, and we created it last week. So everyone should endeavor to engage our content. These videos will be up on YouTube as they've always been. So also, if you missed it, catch it on YouTube as well. So thanks, everyone. I think we'll also open the chat for more discussions for some time, and then we'll close them, and then we'll see everyone for the 3rd lesson next week. So cheers, and do have a wonderful time. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Moses. Thank you, everyone. Have a lovely night. Bye-bye.